everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk about two different bow strokes for beginner violinists. Now the first one we're going to talk about is called détaché. Détaché means detached or separated. You can hear each bow stroke detached or separated from one another, but there's no real aggressive bite to it, and they're not very connected. Now, what's important for playing this bow stroke is you have to have a neutral and relaxed bow grip. If your pinky is doing something like this, if your thumb is really tense and your muscles are really tense, you need to relax. Remember that we're just controlling the bow across the string. We're not going to be moving too crazy or anything like that. So let's try 4 détaché bow strokes on the open A string. Notice that I'm not moving my upper arm and my shoulder a lot when we're doing this bow stroke. The movement will come from the elbow joint. The upper arm will move very little. So I want you to try that again. 4 détaché bow strokes. And take a look at your own bow arm. Make sure you're not very tense and very robotic with this movement. Ready? Go. Now, how did that feel and how did that sound? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're getting a very scratchy sound, something like that, it means you're putting too much weight. Your hand and your arm, they weigh a lot, and when we put all of that down on the string, we get a very scratchy sound. So it's a balance of figuring out how much pressure we have to put down on the string. Now, a good way to further develop bowing techniques is to use scales. It's very important to get used to playing scales. They really help when you're trying to learn a new technique. You can play something that you're already familiar with and only focus on that technique. And they're fundamentals of music. You'll be playing scales for the rest of your musical career. So we're going to practice the détaché bow stroke on the A major scale. But first, let's talk about the notes in A major scale. We start off with the open A string, then first finger, B, second finger, high 2, right on the tape if you have it, C sharp. Half step, meaning right next to your second finger, third finger on the note D. Then open string E, right on the tape, F sharp. Whole step away, a good G sharp. And third finger, a half step away, right next to your second finger, A. So let's try this scale at a nice slow tempo. First, let's focus on the notes. Make sure we're getting all of the notes. Now, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video or look at the settings. If I'm going too fast, you can slow down the speed of this video and take it even slower. Now that you got the scale, let's try it a little bit faster and let's pay attention to the bowing style. Ready? And. Now, how was that? Again, we don't want a lot of bite or accents at the beginning of the note. That's a different bow stroke that we'll talk about later, and we don't want them too connected. Now, the next bow stroke I want to talk about is called legato. Legato means very connected, maybe a lyrical style, which is like a singing style, everything very beautiful and song-like. Maybe something like this. So in order to play this bow stroke, again, everything has to be very relaxed within your fingers, your wrist, no tension in your arm whatsoever. And again, the great way to practice this is with our scales. Let's try the A major scale again, and we're gonna slur 2 notes. Now notice when we go from one note to the next, let's say A to B, the only thing that moves is our left hand finger. The bowing, right? There's no distinct change within the bow hold. This curve symbol that you'll see on the music, that's called a slur, and we play that with legato style. Notice I'm also going to use a lot of bow, maybe the whole thing. One thing that I've noticed students have trouble with is the coordination between notes. Whenever you're thinking about moving the fingers on the left hand, your right hand wants to follow along and change. So try getting that coordination, even if you practice the scale little by little, say just the first 4 notes. And focus on getting that connected sound, moving your left hand fingers, but your right hand stays nice, smooth, and connected. So let's try all of that A major scale, again, slurring 2 notes, nice and slow. Now, as you become more familiar with the scale and it's easier for you to play, try to challenge yourself and add more notes to slur. Say 3 notes. 4 notes, so on and so forth. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.